afternoon, everyone. Once again, we're going to have our synchronous class in Mathematics 8. And our topic for today is factoring trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c, where b is the numerical coefficient of x and c is a constant number. Now, how are we going to factor this kind of trinomial? So, let us have the first condition. The first condition is that when b and c are both positive, meaning to say, the numerical coefficient of x is positive and the constant number is also positive. So, let us have an example. So, x squared plus 5x plus 4. So, your b here is 5 and your c is 4. So, to factor this kind of trinomial, we are going to write all the factors of the constant number, which is your c. So, let us have the numbers, the product, and the sum. So, let us have 2 and 2. So, if we're going to multiply 2 and 2, the product is 4. And if we are going to get the sum, 2 plus 2, the sum is 4. Remember, your b is 5. So, let us find again another pair of number. So, let us have 1 and 4. So, let us multiply 1 and 4. The product is 4. So, what is the sum of 1 and 4? So, it is 5. So, since the sum of 1 and 4 is 5, which is equal to the middle term, 5x, therefore, we can use this pair of number in forming the factors of this trinomial. So, therefore, we have now the factors x plus 1 and the quantity x plus 4. So, let us have another example. Let us have x squared plus 8x plus 12. So, the value of c is 12 and the value of b is 8. So, we are going to find the pair of numbers whose product is 12 and whose sum is 8. So, let us list down again the pairs of numbers. So, let us have 1 and 12. So, the product is 12. The sum is 13. Let us have another pair of number. Let us have 3 and 4. So, the product is 12. The sum is 7. Another pair of number is 2 and 6. The product of this is 12 and the sum is 8. So, therefore, since the sum of this is 8, which is equal to the middle term, then let us use again this pair of numbers in forming the factors of the given trinomial. So, therefore, the factors now are x plus 2 and the quantity x plus 6. Now, let us go to the second condition. When b is negative and c is positive. So let us have the second condition. Again, condition number 2, B is negative and C is positive. Okay? So let us have an example for this. We have x squared minus 7x plus 10. So when B is negative and C is positive, it means to say that both numbers must be negative. So we are going to find the factors of your C, which is 10. So what two numbers when multiplied together will give us 10 and whose sum is equal to negative 7, the value of B? So, again, let us list down the pairs of numbers. So, let us have negative 1, negative 10. So, negative 1 times negative 10, the product is positive 10. The sum of this is negative 11. Let us have another pair, negative 2 and negative 5. So the product is positive 10, the sum is negative 7. So since these two numbers, when multiplied together, will give us 10, which is your C, and when added together is negative 7, which is your B. Therefore, we have now the factors x minus 2 and the quantity x minus 5. So, let us have one more example for this. Let us have x squared minus 11x plus 18. So, your C is 18 and your B is negative 11. So, again, we need to find two numbers when multiplied is equal to positive 18, but when added is equal to negative 11. So, let us have two numbers. So, we have negative 1 and negative 18. The product is positive 18. The sum is negative 19. Let us have negative 3 and negative 6. Negative 3 times negative 6 is positive 18. Negative 3 plus negative 6 is negative 9. Now, another pair of number. So, let us have negative 2 and negative 9. So, the product is positive 18. Negative 2 plus negative 9 is negative 11. So again, this pair of numbers satisfies the given condition where C is positive 18 and your B is negative 11. So, the factors, we have x minus 2 and the quantity x minus 9. Then let us go to the third condition. So, condition number 3 is when C is negative. When C is negative, then the sign of the factors must be different. When I say different, one is positive and the other one is negative. So, let us have an example for this. Let us have x squared plus 11x minus 12. Okay. So, you will notice now that the sign of your C is negative. So, it is negative 12. So, let us find the pairs of numbers that when multiplied together will give us negative 12, but when added together will give us positive 11. Always remember that the larger number will be the sign of the middle term. So, let us have the pair of numbers. Let us have negative 3, positive 4. What is the product of this? So, it is negative 12. What is the sum of this? It is positive 1. Let us have negative 2, positive 6. What is the product? It is negative 12. What is the sum? It is positive 4. Now, do we still have another pair of number? When multiplied will give us negative 12. So, let us have negative 1 and positive 12. So, negative 1 times 12 is negative 12. Negative 1 plus 12, the answer is positive 11. So, this pair of numbers satisfies this condition. So, therefore, we have now the quantity x minus 1 and the quantity x plus 12. So, these are the factors of x squared plus 11x minus 12. So, let us have again another example. Let us have x squared minus 7x minus 18. So, our C is negative 18 and your B is negative 7. Okay? So, let us have positive 3 and negative 6. Now, what is the product of this? It is negative 18. What is the sum of the two? It is negative 3. Let us have another pair, 1 and negative 18. The product is negative 18. The sum is negative 17. Remember, your B is negative 7. So, let us try another pair of number. Let us have positive 2 and negative 9. So, what is the product? It is negative 18. What is the sum? It is negative 7. So, the pair of number 2 and negative 9 satisfies now your C, which is negative 18, and your B, which is negative 7. So, therefore, our factors are x plus 2 and the quantity x minus 9. So, let us go now to the next type of trinomial. And this time, it is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So, this a is the numerical coefficient of x squared which is greater than 1. B, the numerical coefficient of x, and C is a constant number. Now, how to factor this kind of trinomial? So, let us have an example. So, let us have your trinomial 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. Let us identify the value of A, the value of B, and the value of C. So, from this trinomial, your A is equal to 5. So, A is 5. Your B is 7. And your C is negative 6. Now, step number 1. We are going to multiply A and C. So, find AC. So, since your A is equal to 5 and your C is negative 6, so 5 times negative 6 is equal to negative 30. So, this is your AC. Next, after getting the value of AC, we are going to find now the factors of AC, which is negative 30, whose sum is equal to the middle term 7. So again, we need to list down the pairs of numbers. So let us have the numbers, the product, and the sum. So let us have 2 and negative 2 and positive 15. So negative 2 times 15 is negative 30. Negative 2 plus 15 is 13. Okay. Let us have another pair. 5, negative 5, positive 6. So for negative 5 and 6, the product again is negative 30. The sum is positive 1. So, let us find another pair of number. Let us have negative 3 and positive 10. So, negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. Negative 3 plus 10, so that is 7. So, this pair of numbers satisfies this condition. AC is negative 30 and your B is positive 7. So, we need to change your BX using this pair of numbers. So, therefore, you can have now 5x squared. So, instead of writing 7x, we have to use negative 3 and 10. So, minus 3x plus 10x. So, this 2 is equal to the middle term 7x. So, minus 6. Now, we are going to use groupings. So, we have to group the terms. So, we have the quantity 5x squared minus 3x plus 10x minus 6. Now, in the first group, what is common? So, you will notice that both terms have a variable x. So, x is common to the two. So, therefore, x is the first factor of the first group. So, to get the second factor of this, you have to divide 5x squared divided by x. You will get 5x. x. 3x divided by x, you will have 3. Okay? Now, for the second group, what is common to the 2? So, common is positive 2. So, divide this by the common factor. So, 10x divided by 2, you will have 5x. Negative 6 divided by 2, you will have negative 3. Now, what have you noticed? In the first group, you have x and the quantity 5x minus 3. In the second group, you have 2 and the quantity 5x minus 3. So, you will notice now that in each group, something is common, and that is 5x minus 3. So, 5x minus 3 will be the first factor, and the terms outside each group will be combined together, so you will have now x plus 2. So, these are now the factors of this trinomial. You have the quantity 5x minus 3 and the quantity x plus 2. Now, let us have another example. So, another example. Example number 2. For example number 2, let us have 6x squared minus x minus 12. There. So, from this trinomial, your A is 6. Your B is negative 1. Always remember that if there is no number written before the variable, understood that is 1. And since the sign here is minus, so it must be negative 1. And your C is negative 12. Okay. So, after identifying the values of A, B, and C, let us find your AC. So, your AC is equal to, your A is 6 times your C, negative 12. So, the product is equal to negative 72. Now, again, from here, we need to find again the pairs of numbers. When multiplied together, will give us negative 72, but when added, will give us negative 1. So, what do you think are the pairs of numbers that satisfies that condition? So, let us have the pairs of numbers. Okay? So, let us have now 1 and negative 72. So, it is negative 72. The product is negative 72. The sum is negative 71. Okay. Let us have 2 and negative 36. So, it is negative 72. The sum is negative 32. What about numbers 4 and negative 18? So, 4 and negative 18. Is the product of this equal to negative 72? Yes, so it is negative 72. But what is the sum? It is negative 14. Suppose we have 8 and negative 9. What is the product? It is negative 72. What is the sum? It is negative 1. So, this pair of numbers satisfies your your AC, negative 72, and your B, which is negative 1. So, we have to use this pair of numbers. So, from here, 6x squared, we need to change now your negative x by positive 8x and negative 9x. Remember, if we are going to add this, it is equal to negative x. Then copy your C, negative 12. Now, again, we are going to group the terms. So, we have 6x squared plus 8x plus the quantity negative 9x minus 12. There. So, for the first group, what is common to the two terms? So, for 6 and 8, common is 2. Since both of them has a variable x, so we have to write x. So, common for these terms is 2x. To get the second factor, you have to divide this again by 2x. So, this will become 3x. Divide 8x by 2x. This will become 4. Look at the second factor. So, since this is negative 9x, so, what is common to these two terms? So, this is negative, so this must be negative 3. So, to get the second factor, negative 9x divided by negative 3. So, negative divided by negative, that will become positive. So, it is positive 3x. Negative 12 divided by 3, again negative divided by negative, that will become positive. And that is equal to 4. There. So, you will notice again, in each group, both of them has the quantity 3x plus 4. So, this is common to the two groups. So, we will take this as the first factor. So, the quantity 3x plus 4 is the first factor. And to get the second factor, we are going to combine this 2x and negative 3. So, you have the quantity 2x minus 3. So, these are now the factors of 6x squared minus x minus 12.